Here's the full process of my latest work as a fashion student. If you have an eye for design and pattern making, then I'm sure you're already able to tell what kind of garment this is, but stick around until the end to see the final result. Now let's walk through the process. You saw me trace my pattern onto the fabric and get all of the pieces cut out, and now we're beginning to construct this garment together. I sewed the yoke panel onto the back and attached my shoulder seams together with some gathering and top stitching for detail. Then it was time to take care of the side seams, where I opted for an invisible French seam to hide the raw edges. I added interfacing along the center front to give structure to my continuous button placket, and after throwing in some stay stitches, flipping the fabric right side out and giving the band a final top stitch, I moved on to the curved hem, which we quickly knocked out before delegating our focus toward the collar. This is a traditional 2-layered straight point collar that I gave a 1/4 inch top stitch in order for it to lay crisp and flat along the edges. I attached the collar to the collar stand, and after trimming away the excess fabric, they were then sewn onto our neckline, which I believe turned out beautifully. This next step is probably one of the most hated amongst sewists and designers, but is personally one of my favorites, and that's putting in the sleeves. To keep things consistent with the side seams of the garment, I went with a French seam finish for the inside of the sleeves as well. After making the cuffs, it was time to put in the sleeves, and once everything was sewn and serged to perfection, we were ready for our final step of the process: buttons and buttonholes. It's very important to keep buttons evenly spaced and stitched thoroughly to ensure that they're not going anywhere. And the same goes for buttonholes as far as spacing, otherwise they won't align with the buttons. And at last, this piece is completely finished and we're ready to move on to the next one, which I can't wait to share with you all. Be sure to follow so you don't miss it.